Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 141, Mike Goes on Strike. Once a year on the island of Sodor, the passengers on the island gather at their local station to determine who the most popular engine on the standard gauge railway will be. This day is set apart from the rest because it is special, and all of the engines look forward to it. Usually during the voting, some things occur that happen every year. Toby usually gets a few votes, Percy usually gets slightly more, but without a doubt, Thomas has always won. In fact, well, he has always won the most popular engine award, even from the first year they started it. Thomas has even lost count of how many awards he's won, but he really doesn't mind, and neither do the other engines. They don't care that much. Mike, on the other fact, has never won the most popular engine award, and this particular year, he wasn't very satisfied by that. One day, Thomas, Percy, and Toby were at Knapford Station. It was at the end of the day, and they had just dropped off their last passengers. "Guess what tomorrow is?" said Toby. "What?" said Percy. "It's the most popular engine day." "Oh," said Percy, "that's one of my favorite days of the year." "Same here," said Toby. "You know what? I heard from a little bird that I passed on my branch line today that it's going to be a tight race." "Between who?" "Between Thomas and the ghost engine." Thomas laughed. "Well, thank you, guys," he said. I as well am also looking forward to the most popular engine day. "It is going to be a very exciting day," said Percy. "Indeed," said Toby. The engines were having a nice friendly talk, and they all knew that Thomas was going to win, but it didn't bother them. They were all in good spirits, and they liked to see the passengers come out to the station and vote. Mike, however, was not feeling himself, and started to wonder about the most popular engine contest. "Hey," said Mike, "what exactly is this most popular engine contest?" "You've been on the island how many years," said Percy, "and still don't know what it is?" "Well, not really," said Mike. "I've never really paid that much attention to it, especially since Thomas here always wins." "There's nothing wrong with Thomas always winning," said Toby. "That's just because the passengers like him." "Yeah," said Percy. "If the passengers liked you, Mike, well, they might vote for you." Said Mike. "That is interesting. Thomas, are you getting tired of always winning the most popular engine award?" "Kinda," said Thomas. It is getting old. I don't know what else to do, though. I mean, the passengers obviously decide who the most popular engine is, and I have no effect on it. It's just, it definitely is strange, to put it one way, knowing that I'm going into a battle that I'm going to win." Said Mike. "Well, that brings up an excellent point. Attention, everyone! I am announcing that I will be running for this year's most popular engine contest." Thomas, Percy, and Toby started laughing when Mike said this. "What's so funny?" said Mike. "Oh, nothing," said Percy, "but you do know that Thomas is going to win, right?" "No, you don't know that," said Mike. "There could be a complete upset." "There's not going to be a complete upset," said Toby. "Thomas wins by a landslide every year." "It's, unfortunately true, Mike." "Whatever," said Mike. "This year's going to be different. In fact, I'm going to go start campaigning right now." "Mike, the most popular engine contest starts tomorrow," said Toby. "You don't really have that much time to, per se, campaign." "Oh, that's all right," said Mike. "Better late than never, I suppose. All right, here I go." And with that, Mike puffed away to go start his, campaigning. "This is going to be very interesting," said Percy. "Yeah," said Toby. "Nobody's ever taken the most popular engine vote seriously." "Percy was right," said Thomas. "This is going to get very interesting indeed." The next day, Thomas arrived at Elsbridge Station, and he was shocked. There were passengers everywhere, and they were all lined up to vote for the most popular engine. "Hello, everyone," said Thomas. How is everybody's day going?" "Hello, Thomas," said the passengers. "Nice to see you." "Guess what?" said one of the passengers. "Thomas, I'm voting for you this year." "Oh, thank you," said Thomas. "It's greatly appreciated." "Thomas," said another passenger, "I voted for you last year, but I feel so sorry for Toby. He always comes in third every time. I've decided I'm going to cast my ballot for him." "Well, that's perfectly all right," said Thomas. "This is just a fun game after all. It doesn't really matter who wins." "You're right," said the passengers. "Thomas, you're such a good sport. 3 cheers for Thomas." And with that, the passengers gave him 3 cheers. Thomas was starting to feel flattered. "Well, thank you very much," he said. Just then, Thomas and the passengers heard a very strange noise. What was that?" said Thomas. "I don't know," said the passengers. "I can't really tell. It was definitely very loud and was coming around the corner." Just then, as the passengers had predicted, Mike came around the corner with a very fancy coach. The coach had loud music playing out of it, and it was rocking back and forth along the track because the music was so loud. "Mike," said Thomas, "what's going on?" "Hello, Thomas," said Mike. "Nice to see you. I can see you're not campaigning like I am." Campaigning? it's just the most popular engine contest, Mike. It's not like we're going for, a high position or something like that. Still, said Mike, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. You've been undefeated ever since this competition was started, and well, I figured it's my time to take control. The passengers were quite shocked. Mike, they said, what are you doing? I would like to announce that I am running for the most popular engine award. The passengers looked on and then went back to their voting. Whatever, they said. I'm still voting for Thomas, and I'm still voting for Toby, said another passenger. Oh dear, said Mike, this isn't working out at all. But look, I have a fancy coach here. It has music playing out of it. And look at all those people inside the coach. They do sure look happy. That's what happens if you vote for Mike. A vote for Mike is a vote for Sodor. Well, this is certainly getting interesting, said Thomas. The passengers were beginning to feel annoyed. All right, Mike, they said. Thank you very much, but we already know who we're voting for. Just then, a voice was heard from inside Mike's coach. Mike? Mike, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, said Mike. Yes, it's Lady Hat. I know you picked me up at Tidmouth this morning, and with all these nice people, and I know they're cheering and stuff because they think it's my birthday. And I think it's also really nice that there are balloons and streamers and confetti everywhere, but it's not my birthday. My birthday was 3 months ago. If you could please tell these people to stop the partying, that would be greatly appreciated. Oh, shh, Lady Hat, don't give away the secret. What secret? Said Lady Hat. Thomas and the passengers were very confused. What's going on? Said the passengers. Yeah, Mike, what's going on? Said Thomas. Oh, never mind, said Mike. Ellsworth Station is a lost cause. I guess I'll just have to move on to Wellsworth. Goodbye, everybody. Remember, a vote for Mike is a vote for Sodor. And with that, Mike puffed quickly away with the loud coach still behind him. Thomas and the passengers were in utter shock. That was strange, said Thomas. Said the passengers. I'm still voting for you, Thomas, and I'm still voting for Toby. Well, thank you very much, said Thomas, but I am wondering how well Mike is going to do as he travels around the island of Sodor. Mike soon made his way to the docks. It was noontime, and the docks was nice and peaceful, but that all changed when Mike rolled in with his very noisy coach. Attention, everyone, said Mike. There was literally nobody in the docks except Frank, Scruff, and Cranky. I would like to announce that I am running for the most popular engine award. What's the most popular engine award? Said Scruff. It's something that we do every year. The passengers decide who they think the most popular engine is. Oh, well, that's nice. Why haven't I seen other engines out? The thing is, said Frank, we don't necessarily go around the island of Sodor telling the passengers to vote for us. It's more of a common courtesy thing, but as you can see here, Mike has decided to change that. Anyone here? Anyone here? Said Mike. If anyone is here, then be sure to vote for Mike. Remember, a vote for Mike is a vote for Sodor. And with that, Mike puffed away with the loud coach still behind him. Well, that was very strange, said Cranky. I don't know what that was all about. Me neither, said Scruff. The funny thing is, said Hector, look, there's literally nobody in the docks. There's no passengers here. I don't know why Mike would come here when he's trying to pick up votes. I don't either, said Frank. This is very confusing, to say the least. Well, this is quite interesting, said Scruff. Maybe I should run for the most popular engine next year and pull around a fancy coach with loud music. Oh, don't do it, Scruff, said Frank. Mike's gone off the deep end, if you get my meaning. I don't know what's gotten into him, but usually engines don't do this type of thing. Oh, I see, said Scruff. Well, that's nice to know. I wouldn't want to make a fool out of myself. No, you wouldn't, said Hector. And with that, the engines continued back to their work. It was the end of the day, and Mike was making his last final rounds around the island of Sodor. He was very tired. He had been going around the island all day long, and all he wanted to do was go back to his shed. Even the music from the very loud coach in the back was beginning to die down, but Mike didn't notice. He was extremely tired. Ugh, said Mike. I am tired. Next to him was sitting Rheneas. Hello, Mike, said Rheneas. What exactly are you doing? What's with the fancy coach and music? Oh, nothing, said Mike. Just, getting everybody's vote for the most popular engine contest. Oh, yeah, I forgot that was today, said Rheneas. Remember, said Mike, a vote for Mike is a, and with that, Mike nearly dozed off. Mike? Mike? Oh, sorry, said Mike. It's been a long day. I've literally gone in every piece of track on the island of Sodor about 4 times. I want to go back to my shed, but I must never stop campaigning. If I can just get a couple more votes, I may be able to edge out Thomas. Thomas? You're up against Thomas? What? Said Mike. You're acting quite surprised. "Oh, nothing," said Rheneas. "Just, keep at your, good campaigning here." "Well, thank you very much," said Mike. "Hey, where are your passengers? I could possibly convince them." "Oh, all my passengers are gone. Can't you see? Ada, Jane, and Mabel are empty." "Oh, well, that's nice to see," said Mike. He was certainly out of sorts and didn't know what to do. "Well, it's getting late. I should probably head back to what do you call it? Shed? Yes, that thing. I best be going." Just then, around the corner came Smudger. He was pushing some slate cars. "Well, hey there, everybody," said Smudger. "How's life going?" "Oh, life's going really good," said Rheneas. As for Mike over here, the same could not be said. "Well, what's the matter, Mike?" said Smudger. "Don't get him started," said Rheneas, but it was too late. "I'm campaigning for the most popular engine." "Oh," said Smudger. "Well, that's cool. Who are you running against?" Just Thomas right now." Smudger stifled a laugh. "Well, you keep at that campaigning. Anyway, I best be going." "Be sure to tell anyone you see to vote for Mike," said Mike. "Oh, I will," said Smudger. With that, Smudger puffed away. "Well, I should get off to my shed. It's going to be an early day tomorrow. I'd be the first one at Knapford Station when they count the votes so that I can do my acceptance speech." "Yes," said Rheneas. You do that, Mike." "I will." And with that, Mike puffed slowly away with his very fancy coach. The next morning, Thomas, Percy, and Toby were the first ones at Knapford Station. Sir Topham Hatt, meanwhile, was in his office, and he was counting the last votes. "Well, here we go," said Percy. "It's going to be close for sure," he said in a sarcastic tone. "This just in," said Toby. "Thomas narrowly beats out the ghost engine." Thomas laughed. "Well, thank you, Toby," he said. "But please, if I do happen to win, please keep it low-key." "Oh, we will," Thomas said the engines. "Don't worry, we will." Just then, Sir Topham Hatt stepped out of his office. "All right, everybody," he said. "The votes have been counted." Everybody held their breath. "And the winner of this year's Most Popular Engine Award goes to—" Just then, the engines heard a whistle. Wait for me," said a voice. Here came Mike around the corner and backing into Knapford Station. "Mike," said Sir Topham Hatt, "what are you doing here?" "Oh, nothing," he said. "I'm just here to see the results." "Well, why do you care? And why aren't you doing your work right now?" "Oh, my work can wait, sir," said Mike. "Everything can wait once I win the award for the most popular engine." "You entered in the most popular engine contest?" "Yes," said Mike, "and I'm bound to win. I went campaigning all around the island of Sodor yesterday, and I hardly got any sleep because I've still been at it." Said Toby. "Even if Mike doesn't win, at least he's tried hard." "Indeed," said Percy. "Indeed." "Well, Mike," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I think you and I need to have a discussion about, priorities." "What do you mean, sir?" said Mike. "I'll explain later," said Sir Topham Hatt. "But anyway, this year's most popular engine contest winner is Thomas!" "Hooray!" said Percy and Toby. "Congrats, Thomas, you're the most popular engine winner." "Oh, thank you very much," said Thomas. Mike was in shock. But I spent all of yesterday campaigning. I went to Elsbridge Station, to the docks, even to the narrow gauge railway. What went wrong?" "Well, I don't know," said Sir Topham Hatt. "One thing you did do wrong is that you didn't do your work yesterday, since you were obviously campaigning." "Oh," said Mike. "About that, sir." Never mind," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Mike, we need to have a talk. Anyway, Thomas, congrats on another victory." "Well, thank you very much, sir." "How many of these have you won?" "I honestly don't remember, sir." Neither do I," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, anyway, you should all get off to work. Mike, let's have that talk." With that, Sir Topham Hatt stepped out of the way. "Goodbye, everybody," said Thomas. "Nice job, Mike." But Mike didn't know what to say. He was still in shock. Thomas puffed away. So did Percy with the mail. And Toby set off on his branch line with Henrietta. "Now, Mike," said Sir Topham Hatt, "about this priorities thing." Just then, Lady Hat stumbled out of the back coach. "Oh, Topham, is that you?" "Lady Hat, where have you been?" "It's a long story, Topham. Oh, I was at Tidmouth yesterday, and then Mike came along with that fancy coach back there, and he told me to get in the coach, as they were going to have a birthday party for me. Which is strange, because my birthday was 3 months ago. And then Mike took me all around the island, and showed me the sights, all day, and even late into the night. Oh, and Topham, I'm so tired. It's the first time I've stepped out of that coach in about a day." "Wow," said Sir Topham Hatt. That's unbelievable. Mike, what do you have to say for this?" But Mike was already fast asleep on the platform. He was exhausted. "Well," said Sir Topham Hatt, "it looks like I'll have this discussion about priorities later. Lady Hat, I think it's time you got some rest." "Indeed, Topham," she said. Yesterday was so brutal, I need to go home and take a nap. A very long nap indeed. But what about Mike? I'll talk to him later, said Sir Topham Hatt. Come along now, let's go. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hat walked away to leave the sleeping Mike on the platform behind them.